Well, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Again with us in this intermediate writing class. We are coming from second group. First is me, Ridwan Adijaya, Fatur Rotsi Soleh, Alvin Ridiana, Helmiatul MA, and Aryu Wardul Sana. The last is Alfiatus Sharofah. We are going to talk more about definitions paragraph. Okay, firstly, the Excellency Kiai Haji Muhammad Zuri Zaini, Asjan of Nurjadid Islamic Boarding School, the Honorable Kiai Haji Hamid Wahid, Ashdiki of Nurjadid University, respectable our beloved lecturers, Ma'am Duratul Hikmah, and unforgettable all my friends whom we love.
Hi guys, good morning. How are you today? I hope that you all stay in good condition. Okay, before I explain you about definition paragraph, let me ask you, have you understood what definition paragraph is? Maybe not all of you have understood what it. Okay, let me explain you. Definition paragraph is a form of expository paragraph in which the main idea is conveyed by breaking it down into explanatory ideas in the form of an understanding or definition of an object. This paragraph serves to provide information as clearly as possible to the readers. This paragraph is not only limited to providing meaning or understanding in terms of names, but the definitions presented are broader. This paragraph is used to explain terms that readers may not understand. The definition also aims to find out how broad the author's insight is. The ability to write definition paragraph is very necessary in academic writing, such as when we take a writing test by defining terms such as education and example.
Jadi, apa yang dimaksud dengan paragraf definisi? Paragraf definisi adalah salah satu bentuk paragraf eksposisi yang gagasan utamanya disampaikan dengan cara diuraikan menjadi gagasan-gagasan penjelas berupa pengertian atau definisi suatu objek. Paragraf definisi ini berfungsi untuk memberikan sebuah informasi sejelas-jelasnya kepada para pembacanya. Paragraf ini tidak hanya sebatas memberikan arti atau pengertian dalam hal nama saja, akan tapi definisi yang disampaikan lebih luas. Yang kedua, paragraf ini digunakan untuk menjelaskan istilah-istilah yang mungkin tidak dipahami pembaca, misal dejavu dan lain-lain. Paragraf definisi sendiri bertujuan untuk mengetahui seberapa luas wawasan si penulis. Seperti halnya di academic writing, mempelajari paragraf definisi sangatlah diperlukan. Karena ketika kita mengikuti tes, bisa saja kita diberikan tugas untuk mendefinisikan istilah-istilah seperti pendidikan dan lain-lain. Pindah ke tahap selanjutnya, that's about structure of definition paragraph. Generally guys, the structure of definition paragraph is not much different from the structure of other paragraphs. It consists of topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. But in the topic sentence is divided into three sections. First, word or terms or concept. Second is category, and the third is characteristic. Let's see the example of topic sentence. The first is we see the word or term or concept, that is reading book, and the category is an activity. The characteristic is analyzing, prefacing, or interpreting an idea in an article that writers want to convey. Di sini kita dibagi menjadi tiga yang sudah dijelaskan barusan. Yang pertama itu tentang kata, istilah atau konsep, yang mana di situ membaca menjadi sebuah istilah yang akan dijelaskan. Kategori dari membaca itu apa? Yaitu an activity, kegiatan. Di situ di karakteristiknya menganalisa, meresepsikan atau menginterpretasikan sebuah gagasan atau ide pada sebuah tulisan yang ingin disampaikan oleh seorang penulis. For the next one is supporting sentence. Supporting sentence providing detailed information that explain the topic completely. Seperti apa yang sudah dijelaskan di atas, definisi dari paragraf definisi sendiri menjelaskan sejelas-jelasnya tentang informasi dari topik tersebut. And then the second is present additional facts that address the 5W1H questions. menambahkan fakta-fakta dengan menggunakan kata tanya 5W1H. Semisal kita menjelaskan tentang pesantren, di supporting sentence itu bisa ditambah agar informasinya lebih jelas, seperti apa itu pesantren, di mana pesantren, kapan pesantren didirikan, dan bagaimana sistem di pesantren. And then the next is concluding sentence. In the concluding sentence, explain why the topic is very important, interesting, and unique to discuss. And we have an example here, that is definition paragraph, that is, reading book is an activity of analyzing, revising, or interpreting an idea in an article that the writer want to convey. We have divided 3 sections of topic sentence. Di sini ada reading book ya, saya bedakan warnanya sebagai istilahnya and activity, dan sebagai kategorinya warna kuning. Yang warna putih ini merupakan karakteristiknya. Go on to the supporting sentence-nya, contohnya di sana. Based on the method, reading activities are divided into 2 types, namely reading aloud and reading silently. The next one we use on the other hand, sini ya, seperti yang telah dipelajari di pertemuan sebelumnya, yang mana kata transisi tersebut digunakan di paragraf seperti however, hence, thus, therefore, dan lain-lain. For the last is yang warna merah. This is the concluding sentence that explain why the topic is very important. This activity is very useful because reading can increase knowledge and insight.
Okay, here I will explain little thing about writing tips. Okay, when writing a definition paragraph, it is not recommended to write the definition list in the dictionary according to its function, that is to find out the author's insight. Try to use personal knowledge.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Alfatu Sharofah. I want to give you example of definition paragraph. This is the example. Déjà vu is French word meaning already seen. It has also been described as a feeling or experience that one has seen or done something before. For example, you are waiting online to check out at the grocery store, and the lady behind you asks you to hand her a page of gum. Suddenly, you get an overwhelming feeling that you have been there in the exact same spot, talking to the same lady, even the same brand of gum. Even though everything seems so familiar, you know that is no way the could haven't happened before. There are many theories as to why and how this phenomena happens. One theory is that déjà vu is connected with temporal lobe epilepsy, but people without a history of epilepsy have also experienced déjà vu. Psychiatry believe it is something in your brain that confused an event that happened in the past with the present. Another theory is parapsychologists think it is connected with past life experience, whether déjà vu is an experience of the phenomenal or simply some confusion in the brain. It is a perplexing feeling of having already seen.
Hello guys, meet again with me. Hanya teman kagum Azai. Okay, here I want to give you one of the examples of definition paragraph. That is, email is not something you can hold in your hand. Send in the email, and a stamp is not needed to send it. Email is simply email put into digital form and sent to its recipient through the internet. Because of the technological advance of society, email has been turned into something computer-made that can be sent any place, anytime, as long as there is an internet connection. For instance, a person doesn't have to wait until the post office is open to send an important letter or message. All they have to do is simply get onto the internet and come up with a draft and hit the send button. Also, the person looking to send the email doesn't have to pay for the sometimes expensive postage price, but rather the monthly cost of internet access. Because of the development of email, people can send message without hassle and in a timely fashion. Email also helps business communicate throughout their company simply with the push of a button. As time goes on, email will advance while physical mailing will slowly be turned into something of the past. Okay guys, here the topic sentence is email is not something you can hold in your hand. Send in the email and stamp is not needed to send it. Email is simply mail put into digital form and sent to its recipient through the internet. And the supporting sentence is since because of the technological advance of society until email also help business communicate throughout their companies simply with the push of a button. And the concluding sentence is as time goes on, email will advance while physical mailing will slowly be turned into something of the past. Okay guys, maybe that's all from me. And last I say good morning.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Faturi Soleh. In here I want to give example. Photosynthesis is a chemical process that occurs in plants to form food substance with the help of solar energy. This process occurs in the leaves that have chlorophyll, which is a green substance that functions as a binder of capture of sunlight. Broadly speaking, this process flows forth from nutrients, water, and carbon dioxide, which is broken down by sunlight and synthetic energy is the form of glucose and oxygen. Glucose is used as food by plants to be transported by the chlorophylls to all parts of the plant. Meanwhile, oxygen is a combustion residue that is released back into the air through the stem with a small pores in the leaf where air enters and leaves.
Okay, well, I'm Alvin Rindiana. Here I will give some example from definition paragraph. Okay, here is social media is an equipment or useful mediator for connecting intersocial human. When someone has a social media, he can do some communicating with many people, although with people who far with him. The example from social media is WhatsApp, Instagram, Line, and others media. The user of social media can use it at large, appropriated by personal longing, and his privacy will be enjoyable in several sophisticated applications. The using of social media is getting out of easy, simply, and secure communication. Okay, thank you.
There are three basic kinds of materials that can be found in any good library. First, there are books on all subjects, both in English and in many other languages. These books are organized according to subject, title, and author in central file called the card catalog. Books can generally be checked out of the library and taken home for a period of 2 to 4 weeks. Second, there are reference works which include encyclopedias, dictionary, bibliographies, atlases, etc., and which generally must be used in the library itself. Third, there are periodicals, magazines, newspapers, pamphlets which are filed alphabetically in racks, or which have been microfilmed to conserve space. Like reference work, periodicals cannot usually be removed from the library.
Baik, terima kasih teman-teman sudah mempresentasikan semua contoh-contohnya. Semoga bermanfaat. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.